My name is Trevor Tyson with KBandstraining.com, and today I'm going to walk you through the KB Powerbands shoulder progression. The shoulder progression is going to be very easy for you. It's 10 reps, every single exercise, both arms. You're going to move through this sequence continuously, and you're going to be nice and loose, ready to throw that day. The first exercise is going to be a straight arm across your body. Now be sure that you're always behind the plane of movement. You don't want to be in front to where when you open up your shoulder, that band is going to stretch across your chest. Everything's going to be in front to where we can really get this deltoid nice and loose. Keep things simple and just think about keeping a nice straight arm and keep that wrist straight. Remember, you've got 10 reps on both your right and left, so you're going to have to work forwards and then backwards to make sure that that resistance band is working in that front plane. Don't walk forward, let it stretch across. The second sequence, you're going to be facing the KB Powerbands mounted. You're either going to have that clip to the fence, or you're going to be strapping it around, throwing it through the handle just for simple use. Now, as you start moving into this exercise, it's very important that you're working in that same plane that you're going to be throwing at. You got to get the elbow up, get it to that 90-degree angle, and we're going to work on rotating backwards. This is going to be great to help strengthen those slowdown muscles that we need to prevent injuries as we throw. So you're going to rotate back, and then you're going to take that 3-second count on the way back. That really helps strengthen those decelerators. Both right and left arms, you're going to work through them both. Now, another tip that I want you to worry about is think about your feet. If you're starting, you can work with your feet together, aim in one direction. But as you start getting a little bit more used to these exercises, start matching your feet to how you would throw. If you're on your left side, let's start working the core, stabilize your body through these exercises as we move from right to left. As you move into the third exercise, again, you went from your right to your left arm through 2, and now on this third one, you're going to be doing the same. Keep your pace. You should be done with this entire sequence in about 10 to 15 minutes, all right? So this sequence, you're going to be moving with your arm down to the side. You can either stick a towel or your arm up here in your armpit. Now what that's for is because we want to put our shoulders in the right slots to strengthen the muscles in the right way. If we're down here and we really let this sag, we're letting our shoulders slide down out of its natural slot. When we throw, we want to be in a strong position up here. So we don't want to train low and we don't want to train high. So in this situation, we're going to really stick our hand up high, keep our arm nice and locked in at this good position here, and we're going to rotate out until the hand wants to break and chicken wing. So as you get here, as soon as you're here, we don't want to be that far. So you want to take it all the way until your body can maintain that external rotation. And again, we're going to move from the right and the left arm. You've got 10 reps on both sides with those 3-second decelerations. Now we've just touched on the external rotators quite a bit, so it's time to really start bringing in the internal rotators. Now you're going to take your chest away from the mount. You're going to work with the split legs that match your throwing position. So if you're left-handed, we're going to have our right foot forward, left foot back. We're going to get out in a good L. And we're basically going to flip that sequence from when we were facing the mount, and we're going to be doing the same motion, but we're going to be rolling forward. This is going to help get the front side of our shoulder loose. We're going to take it to that 90-degree angle, and we're going to do that 3-second count on the way back as well. An important thing to remember here is that it's all about positioning yourself in the right area between the mount. So if you're working in a straight line, you don't want the mount directly behind you because now you're pulling your shoulder in a slanted direction. You want to match the resistance band with your arm slot. So if I was going to be working here and it's directly in line, I'm going to want to take a step over so the resistance is coming from me at that 90-degree angle down the length of my arm. You can use our mounting strap or anything that you have that can help hold the resistance band low. What you want to do is You want to take one of the resistance bands. You're probably going to have to lighten up a little bit and either go with the green or the yellow if you're not quite so strong if you're younger. But as you get a little bit stronger, knock up in the resistance bands. Remember, the KB Powerbands have 4 levels, so make sure that you're working your way up. We want to make sure that we have enough resistance to start strengthening and getting that core nice and loose. So as we move into this sequence, we've got it mounted correctly. We want to split our legs out nice and wide to mimic the pitching motion. So for you lefties out there, I'm left-handed, you're going to be working like this, or if you're right-handed, you're going to be working like this, okay? You're going to get those nice spread, good base legs, both of them facing forward, and you're going to work forward long, okay? Take that trunk forward and work over your hips just as you would if you're throwing. When we throw, we don't stay behind the hip, we roll over in front, and we want to continue to really mimic those motions to get our motion down even while we're training or getting loose. As you move into the resisted sets, you're going to be really trying to pull your trunk forward, and as we pull back, you're going to work to get these elbows in line as a T. Oftentimes, you're going to want to feel like you need to straighten your arms up here. This is not a natural throwing motion. We don't need to work those muscles in that way. We want to stay right in the T position. So we reach far, get that trunk engaged, and we come back to a nice level position. You want to come just a little bit even with our chest line, nice big chest, and we're going to decelerate, getting back over that hip. Here we've got 10 reps on both the right and the left leg before we move on. Through this last sequence here, we've got 3 moves, and we're going to do them continuously. You're going to take the resistance band off the mount. You're going to be working completely on the surface. You're going with your thumbs up, 3-second counts on the way down. We're going palms down, 3-second counts on the way down. And then you're going empty soups with your pinkies up, 3-second counts on the way down. Remember, 10 reps for each of these 3 as well. Now remember, the KB Powerband shoulder progression is going to be a great way for you to get loose before you throw. The key is to get the right level of resistance and don't overdo it. Remember, you're getting loose, you're getting ready to throw, so you don't have to use the blue resistance band. Stay under control and work through form. Watch this video several times if you're not getting the motions down correctly, because that is the most important part of this to prevent injuries, is working in the right shoulder slots and strengthening the arms in the right angles. You've got 2 ways that you can use the shoulder progression. The first one is going to be in season. Just stick to 1 round of all those exercises that we just discussed and do 10 reps per. Now, if you're in the off season, it's a great time for you to really strengthen your rotator cuff as well as your shoulder girdle. So you can add 3 and maybe even 4 sets of this to work a little bit of strength. For more videos like this, head to kbandstraining.com and really start working on your training today.